together. I have 8 things I think you should consider before getting your first tattoo. Once upon a time, I worked in a boutique that waxed all sorts of things. And while I was doing a Brazilian wax, a woman asked me what she should do for her first tattoo, which is a very vague question, but neither here nor there. I gave her some advice, and she thought that that was the best advice anyone ever gave her about tattoos. And I think it's just because of the experience that I've had getting as many tattoos as I have now, and I think it might be useful for you. So for your first tattoo, I think you should go small. Don't go big or go home. Go small because you've never felt a tattoo before. And you want to make sure that you can actually sit through it. I've heard so many stories about people not even being able to sit through the line work of their tattoo, and now they have a half-finished tattoo and they never finish that tattoo. So you make sure that tattoo's right for you. Go small so you can sit through it, and then down the line, if you don't love that tattoo, it's now capable of being covered up or being incorporated into a larger piece without really causing too much of a fuss. Consider your career path before getting your first tattoo, or at least your first visible tattoo. And I go over this in another video. Highly recommend. It'll be down in the description below. You want to make sure that it's not going to affect your life in any way. Tattoos are not more important than your life. Where do you live and the climate? These things are more of a factor for visibility and sun exposure. So you want to be aware of tattoos that are going to be out in the sun all the time. Like your shoulders, your chest, things that are going to be out in the sun all the time. Hands are always out in the sun, shoulders. Feet can be if you're always on the beach. Tattoos shouldn't just look good when you're completely naked. That just is what it is. I mean, your tattoos are not only for you to look at, but unfortunately it's for everyone else to look at too. Just be aware that if you get a woman's face on the side of your rib cage, she might get covered by the bikini strap, and now all you see is her bust. You don't want something that gets cut off on your hips. You don't want to get something that you can only see their toes, or maybe you only see one weird word. A lot of times when I'm wearing a t-shirt, the only thing you see on my arm is the word butts. And I think that's hilarious, but maybe you won't. So just consider the way your tattoos cut off. Fashion and style. What is your style? And what tattoos do you think marry that style the best? Consider the tattoo style, and I think this is the most important. How do you want the layout of your body to be? Do you want to have one singular style? Do you want to kind of have quadrants of different styles on your body? I thought I wanted quadrants of different styles, but the more American traditional that I got, the more I realized I didn't want to deviate from that. And I kind of screwed myself because I already had a few black and gray tattoos. So when picking out your style, there's 1,000 tattoo styles. How do you narrow it down? I highly recommend looking at roses on like Google Images. You can look at roses on Instagram. Just look up rose tattoo and see what comes up. What rose speaks to you the most? Which rose do you find the most aesthetically pleasing? Roses are one of those motifs that constantly pop up in different styles. What do you want to get tattooed? Look up that specific image, like is it an owl? Is it a cat? Is it a skull? Look up that item and see what style you prefer it best in. Follow tattoo content. And don't just follow people that do tattoos, follow people who get tattoos. If there's someone that you really admire or somebody that you already follow and you like their tattoos, find out what artist did it. Like PewDiePie gets amazing tattoos. Who would have thought? I follow his tattoo artist on Instagram now. It's fucking great. So follow great tattoo artists. And it's kind of hard to start because you probably don't know any tattoo artists. If you want to get amazing American traditional, go to Anthony Walsh. If you want to get a very unique take on traditional, go to Sad Boy Kurt. If you love neo-traditional or don't even know what neo-traditional is, maybe you need to get a cover-up, maybe you already made a tattoo mistake, go to Dead Meat. Fucking amazing work and does beautiful cover-ups. K Mac, he's another traditional artist. Jimmy Snaz, another artist, you've probably heard of the two of them. Benny Heaven is great for kind of like a hatch mark style black work. That's really all I can think of on the top of my head, but I'm sure we'll pop up a few links down in the description below. Be willing to travel and be willing to spend as much money as it takes to get the ideal tattoo for you. You don't want to spend $100 on a tattoo or $10 on a tattoo. Don't get a Friday the 13th tattoo as your first tattoo. Don't do deals, period. If you get the hot girl discount, do not go to that artist. That is sketch city. If pain is a factor when getting your first tattoo, don't get it. I'm not saying go for the most painful spot, but just be aware that all tattoos hurt. No matter how little they hurt, or how much they hurt, just every single tattoo hurts. It doesn't matter where you get it. There's always gonna be a spot during your tattoo session that's gonna hurt really bad. But at the end of the day, the pain may be temporary, but tattoos are forever. That pain that you experience for 20 minutes or 8 hours, you're never gonna experience that ever again. And would you rather have a beautiful art piece, or would you rather squirm in that chair? Before you get your first tattoo, just understand that now for the rest of your life, people are going to ask you very personal questions about your body and your tattoos. People are gonna say, why did you do that to yourself? Why would you ruin that beautiful body? Why would you put a bumper sticker on a Ferrari and blah, blah, blah. But have you ever gotten like custom work on your car, like a custom paint job? That's the fucking same thing. So be ready to forever answer very personal questions about your tattoos and your body. And if that's still okay with you, go ahead, get your first tattoo. But before you get your first tattoo, I highly recommend watching our other video on the 5 best placements to start getting your tattoos. Hope to see you real soon. Good luck getting your first tattoo. Congrats! It's like you have a baby. You're pregnant. You gotta bake your baby. You gotta bake your tattoo.